Hello, and welcome to Trendy Mami. Today, we're getting into the Halloween spirit with a spooky story that'll give you goosebumps. Our story starts in Xochimilco, Mexico, where Don Julian Santana Barrera lived with his wife and children. Barrera was a preacher in the 1950s whose preaching style seemed to be offensive to those around him. He didn't have a lot of respect among his peers, which may be why he's featured in today's spooky story. Around the time that Don Julian decided it was better for him to leave the world and his family behind, he had also started collecting dolls. Barrera would scavenge for dolls in trash bins, alleys, and anywhere else he could find them. He didn't care what it looked like. He claimed that as a man of God, he was using the child's toys to ward off evil spirits. This gives new light to why people in his community didn't like what he preached, thus making him an outsider. Did collecting dolls make his family push him out, or did his new hobby make him believe leaving was the only way for him? Whatever the motive, moving into a separate house wasn't good enough for our mysterious loner. With no middle ground, Don Julian set off to the furthest location possible in his mind, Tesulio Lake, now called the Island of Dolls, an island not yet inhabited by the locals, yet very well known by those brave enough to navigate near it. At night, the winds of the coast will blow through the trees, echoing a lament of a female voice asking for her doll. No better place was for Don Julian to provide his service. The day he arrived on the island, the body of a young girl surfaced from the water. According to Don Julian, the girl had probably drowned in the canal long before he'd found her. So, what did he do, you may wonder? Well, Barrera did not question the history of the young girl. Instead, what really caught his attention was the doll laying by the young girl's body side. At this point, we're all aware of his habit of using dolls against spirits, so Barrera did what he thought was the right thing to do. Buried the little girl and then hung the doll from a tree. Though the sight of a doll hanging from a tree is creepy, to him, having the evil spirits knocking on his porch is even scarier. Protection was needed in this situation more than ever. He claimed his reasons were protective. In his mind, he believed that the dolls were like talismans, warding off the evil spirits who wanted to take the girl's soul after death. Don Julian was a firm believer that evil spirits were everywhere. For 50 years, he devoted his life to making the island safe from evil spirits. In his mind, he was probably protecting himself as much as what was left of this young girl. How did he survive alone on an island? Well, he would farm and trade his produce to those daring to cross the waters in exchange for more dolls to hang. He would even provide guided tours for curious people brave enough to ask. It's said he even had a favorite doll, Manek, which he would carry around with him or leave seated around the house he built. After all, as alone as he was, Barrera may have needed some company. With Manek around, he certainly felt less lonely. Though his obsession regarding spirits was questionable, those who got the chance to actually meet him described him as a friendly man. In 2001, Don Julian died, creating one of the most mysterious aspects of the story. Barrera didn't just die. He was found drowned in the canal, in the exact same spot as the young girl he'd claimed to have found upon his arrival at the island. Did Don Julian decide to kill himself after all those years haunted by the girl's spirit? Was it an accident? Or did the spirit of the girl decide the dolls were not enough and demanded Don Julian's life instead? Perhaps the evil spirits he was hiding from finally caved for the girl's soul, and Don Julian was in the way. Sadly, we'll never know. Tourists can still visit the island, which is maintained by his son, and see the hanged dolls. You can imagine just how many dolls there must be after 50 years. gives me the chills just thinking about them, their eyes watching tourists as they walk around. So, this is our Halloween story. If you've watched till the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, like, subscribe, and leave a comment to let us know your creepiest story. Happy Halloween! Bye! We think you might be interested in these videos too, so check them out and let us know.